Do you feel like you should be doing video content for your business, but you're stuck on where to start? Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how to get started with video the easy way in your real estate business. Welcome to the Savvy Agent Podcast, where we help real estate agents build a thriving business so they have financial freedom in their life without having to work 24/7. I'm your host, Heather Wright. Now let's get to it. If you've been in real estate for a while, you probably have heard the same things I've been hearing for years. We've all heard the reports that video is the future. I found this little fact on the internet. In 2020, Cisco predicted that online videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer internet traffic. And that's 15 times higher than it was in 2017. So we've all been hearing this for years. Video is where it's at. But if you've never done video, how would you even get started? Like, do you need to hire a production company or try out for a new show on HGTV? No, you do not. But first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What if I don't like what I look like on video? No one does. Okay, maybe the narcissists think that they look great, but in general, you're not alone. No one likes how they look or sound on video. Take it from me, I'm 6 feet tall and I tower over most people. And that's kind of a weird look on video. I'm also of the plus size curvy variety. So when you add the extra 10 pounds the camera puts on, it's hard for me to look at. But I'm going to share with you a little secret. You're the only one that cares what you look like on video. And I have to remind myself of this all the time. Because whether people see me in person showing them a house or signing listing paperwork or at the grocery store, I look the same to them. Whether it's on video or in person, it's the same version of me that they see. So no matter how much I try to hide by not doing video, sooner or later, when these people meet me, they're going to see for themselves live and up close in person that I am large and in charge. So there's no point in not doing video for those reasons, because you're not hiding anything. And this is also why I don't recommend severely touching up your photos or using filters to remove all of the character from your face, because then people are going to do a double take when they meet you in person. And you don't want that. You know, that kind of look. Whoa, I thought you were 25 years younger. No. We do not want that. So you need to get over the fear of putting yourself out there. Get over the fear of judgment. No one is going to judge you more harshly than you judge yourself. I promise it won't get any worse than what you already do to yourself. Okay, so let's agree that we're over our fear of video and we're ready to go for it. Where should we start? I think the easiest place to start is your phone. You probably have a smartphone and it probably has a great camera. And recording a TikTok video or an Instagram reel, it's just a talking head of yourself, is super easy. You don't have to dance. You don't have to add words like those. I actually don't think that those videos are very fun to watch. I kind of feel like they're a little too gimmicky, but I love watching the quick videos where I get a snippet of information or a rant on a subject. It's more real, I think. So using your phone is super easy. And you can also add a light filter, not a severe filter, but a light filter to give yourself a little glow, but definitely leave the character because you don't want that double take when you meet people in person. And you can do all of that during production. And production would be like when you're editing the video and uploading it into TikTok. First, you're going to stand in front of a window so you get natural light. Indoor light is weird. So it's best to have natural light, but not in the direct sunlight. So that's why you just stand in front of a window. And if the sun is beating down on your face and you can't open your eyes because it's too bright, choose a different window. It should also probably be daytime, because if you stand in front of a window at night, well, there's no natural light. It's dark, right? Okay, and then you're going to hold the phone like you're taking a selfie. And the front-facing camera is just fine. I know the back camera is probably of better quality, but don't worry about it. The front camera is just fine. And then this is really important. You're going to want to use the Golden Girls angle. Blanche Devereaux taught me this in an old episode of The Golden Girls. You hold that phone up, angling down at you, so you get a slightly slimmer, more attractive angle. See, Hollywood is all smoke and mirrors. And then you press record and share your content in 1 minute or less. But what's the content? What is this video going to be about? And honestly, it can be about anything. Sometimes the weirder, the better, but we can get weird later. Let's just stick to real estate tips right now. Could you do a 1 minute video on your real estate market prediction for the rest of this year or for 2022? What are your 3 best tips for a seller that's thinking about selling their house this fall or this holiday season? What are your 3 best tips for a buyer that's thinking about buying this fall or waiting until spring? And if you don't have 3 tips, do you have 1? Just thinking on this topic, it makes me think about why I think houses show better during the holiday seasons, how you can create a warm, welcome curb appeal when your grass is brown. Hello, twinkle lights. The pros and cons of selling now versus waiting until spring. The pros and cons of waiting until spring versus selling now. I mean, honestly, I can justify selling your house any day of the year. And you only have 1 minute. You can do videos that are longer than 1 minute, but for the first one, let's just stick to 60 seconds. You've got to keep the content short. So you're not going to be able to go off the deep end, 10 minutes later, describing what title work is. Like, ugh, that's super boring. And people don't really care for the deep details. Just touch on the highlights. And with these quick 60-second videos, you don't really have to plan out exactly what you're going to say. Just hit record and go. You're just recording your opinion on something. And if we have learned anything in 2021, it's that there are as many opinions on the internet as there are people on the internet. So why not share yours? Okay, so once you've got that first video out of the way, how did it go? Can you watch the video and give yourself some constructive criticism? I know it's hard to watch yourself, but it really is important to be able to evaluate yourself constructively. And so what I mean by that is, when I watch myself in a video, I notice that I say so a lot. I begin sentences with the word so. I don't know why. I remember when I was a kid, my dad would correct me every single time I used the word like, that Valley Girl way of talking that was really, I hate to say trendy, but that's just kind of how we talked in the early 90s. So apparently, see, I did it just there. Apparently, I don't say like a Valley Girl, but I feel like so is sort of Valley Girlish too. There you have it. That is something you're going to notice in every single episode moving forward. I say so a lot. And it's something I'm working on fixing, but it's really difficult to do. So, see, when you find something to give yourself constructive criticism on, recognize that it may or may not be something that you can correct immediately and give yourself some grace. Because if you're doing it on video, you're probably doing it in real life too. And people haven't called you out on it yet. I even sold a house to my old Spanish teacher from high school. And you would think that she has a pretty good grasp on language because she's a Spanish teacher. And she never once said, Heather, I think you'd be a much better realtor if you didn't begin each sentence with the word so. She's probably just used to it because that's how I talk. So let's move on. What if your constructive criticism about that video you just did was that, everything was good, but you had a weird hair sticking straight up and it's so distracting, I can't focus on anything else. Well, that's something you can fix and do the video again. What if the explanation of this one part of the video was kind of long and got a little boring? Can you cut that down next time? Remember, you don't have to explain the whole evolution of real estate in one 60-second video. You can keep these topics super, super short, because if somebody is truly interested and wants to have a conversation with you, expanding more on that topic, then you've got content to expand on, right? Your constructive criticism might be good content, good delivery. You definitely sound smart, but my God, could you smile some more? Even I do that. I take these videos and I'm like, boy, you look really pissed off. So I have to remind myself to smile. It's my resting bitch face. It just gets in the way everywhere. Unconstructive criticism would be, God, you're ugly. You're so fat, your head doesn't fit in the screen. oh my God, no one is going to watch this. Why are you even bothering? That is not doing anyone any favors. So you have to turn that evil lizard brain off. You can always record your video a second time before you upload it. But I have found that the first time is usually good enough. The more takes I take, the worse it gets. Plus, done is better than perfect. So even if you have that wild hair sticking straight up, well, why not go for it? And if you're just starting video, chances are good that it's going to be your worst video. Everyone started somewhere. Have you ever watched Gary Vee's first wine library video? It's terrible. Everyone starts somewhere, and each time you do a new video, it's going to get better. I think TikToks and Reels are the fastest and easiest to do because you can do them on your phone in one take, little to no editing, and it's just super quick and simple. You can also do videos at your computer. You'll still want some good lighting because no one wants to watch a Blair Witch presentation on holiday real estate staging. Or maybe they do, but maybe they don't. If you're going to be at your computer, you can start with your computer camera. One day, you're probably going to want to upgrade your camera, but don't let that stop you from starting right now. And that's a totally different subject, different episode entirely on what tech you're going to want for your videos. But for today, you're just getting started. So the camera that is on your computer will be just fine. I do think sound quality is important, and your computer microphone is probably tinny sounding, like it sounds like there's an echo or you're in a tunnel. So that's an easy solution. So plug some headphones in and that microphone will probably be better. You know, just the little white headphones that come with your iPhone or whatever headphones come with your Android. I'm sure that they'll be just fine. And then pull up Zoom. I like to record everything in Zoom because I'm a middle-aged woman with some character on her face. While I don't recommend severely changing your looks with filters, I do love a light touch-up. And Zoom has a built-in touch-up feature that's perfect. So record your video on Zoom, repeat the same steps about giving yourself some constructive criticism, and make sure your evil lizard brain does not stop you from moving forward with this project. For your first video, it's best to not get hung up on editing. But if you do decide to go down the editing rabbit hole, I primarily use Camtasia for editing. Filmora is another good option, and that has a lot of features. And my friend Karen Carr, she does YouTube for real estate agents, and she likes WeVideo. There are a lot of options out there, but don't get hung up on the editing. This video is not going to be perfect. You have to let the perfection go and put yourself out there. Post the video. Don't get hung up on the editing. So where do you post it? You can upload the video to YouTube, Facebook, IGTV, LinkedIn, and even a blog post on your website. If you don't know how to do any one of those things, no problem. Skip it. Save it for another day to learn. Post where you are at the most often. If you're most often active on your Facebook business page, post it there. Share that back to your personal profile. Hey guys, I just shared my first video ever. And I know there's a wild hair sticking up, but I forced myself to be courageous and post it even with the wild hair. Can you guys go like my page, please? You know, that's the kind of post that you would share with your first video. And your friends are going to be like, oh my God, you're so cute. I love that wild hair. You could also go live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm not sure if you can go live on LinkedIn, but I bet maybe you can. And then you're not going to have to worry about editing at all. But there's a little bit of a fear factor when you go live. It's like stage fright almost. And that's why I suggested recording on Zoom and uploading the video first, because it's just a lot more added stress to go live. Save that for later when you're comfortable on camera. So there you go. Those are my best tips to easily, simply, quickly get started with video for your real estate business. So give it a shot. Post your first video and send me an email at podcast@savvyagent.co with a link to your video so I can give your video some love with a like, a comment, and a follow. I'd love to see it.